Hello everyone. It's been a while since I've done a video, so I thought I would do a little video of working on one of my miniature straw Whimsy witch hats. Now, this is the very top of the crown. And this is simply a cone going around and around. Now, usually I do a plain running stitch, but with this small section at the top, and working in such a small space, I'm actually doing a running back stitch, going back just a few millimeters before going forward. Now, if you've missed my Whimsy Witch Hat series, this is my new modern series. And it started with an assortment of full-size witch hats made with wool fabrics on the outside and silk fabrics on the inside. Now I am moving a little further away from those silk fabrics on the inside because I've found some new fabrics for the inside. Actually, I should say they came screaming, waving at me on one of the Friday frolics that my favorite local quilt shop puts on. So Chestnut Bay has these gorgeous leafy fabrics that when I saw them, I absolutely fell in love with them and knew they had to go inside some witch hats. And when I went over to the store to pick them up, she showed me another very tempting fabric that I got a couple yards of, a celestial starry fabric with blues and blacks and purples and, ready for it, glow-in-the-dark stars. I couldn't resist. So, just over to the right of the camera is my coffee table, which, okay, let's be real, is a trunk. And waiting on that trunk are a few witch hats with that really awesome celestial glow-in-the-dark fabric. And then a couple more with some of the leafy fabrics. I loved the idea of that real natural leafy look on the inside. I love having the bright insides. Now, in addition to the full-size Whimsy witch hats, of course, there's the minis. And the minis, at first I started working those up in wool. I left over little bits that, weren't big enough for the big hats. And then I realized, oh, I can make minis out of the straw. Talk about a reverse or, I don't know, 360, 560, I don't know, degree thought process. I started this whole thing, actually no, I started with the wool hats last year. This year I started the thought process with making a straw witch hat for myself, which, by the way, is going to go to Ag Fair. I've got to pull some more straw out here. So my full-size witch hat's going to go to Ag Fair. And when I made that, I realized I can't make them to sell because they're just too big. There we go. Make sure I have my hands in the right spot. So yeah, the full-size straws are too big for a box. I can get a box that big, I just can't practically ship it. It would have to be, what did it turn out to be? 18 by 18. No, I figured I was able to do 16 by 16. And then by, I think it needed to be 20 inches tall. 24 inches tall. So last time I tried to ship a box that big, it was $40, $50, $60, something like that, despite being incredibly light inside. So went back to the idea of making the wool ones, which I love making. And then came back around to, oh, let's make some minis. Now, a huge difference between this line and my 19th century line are these are entirely hand-shaped, as opposed to most of my 19th century pieces being blocked on an actual block. Occasionally I will hand shape a 19th century piece. But these are all freehand, I guess you could say. Alright, I'm getting to a point where I'm going to go back and forth from the inside out. And this is also where the straw stops being damp. I dampened the straw so it'd be a little more flexible for that top of the cone. From here on out, it's okay to have it a little firmer. And as I shape these, I'll add a little personality to the cone itself. The cone being the crown. Let it curve a little so it can have its little personality or its little attitude. Now I figured out, now that I have a little more post-work energy, not a lot, but a little, that I can do a crown in an evening and then the brim the next day. To think, when I've got all my energy, I can actually do a 19th century hat's crown or brim in an evening. Yeah, not quite at that point right now. Honestly, I have no idea where the month went. It's like September was just starting moments ago. And yet at the same time, each day has been so long. Anyway, sewing straw definitely helps me relax. I like the texture. I like the rhythm. I can get some straw out, and within minutes of sitting down, I can feel my heart rate slow, my breathing slows down, and I just relax. Well, you'll notice trying to keep the pinky of my left hand up. You know, some people equate that to, you know, tea or something. But I'm trying to give the pinky a rest. I tend to overwork the pinky and the adjacent finger, holding straw tension when I'm doing the bigger pieces. And that's actually the side of that hand that will cramp up. I'm hoping I can let it, you know, just kind of chill with these littler pieces. Alright. I'm coming down to the end of my thread here. And as I do, I will say thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this little video. And I hope you were enjoying my new Whimsy witch hat line. Okay. And maybe I'll have a new video soon. A little project or something. Everyone have a good week. Bye-bye all.